before you all a few excerpts. Prime Minister's speech at the National Youth Parliament Festival Awards function. Our Prime Minister says that the introduction of NYP was his first and a big experiment to garner ideas from across all educational institutions through constructive debates on the present and future of our country. And whosoever wishes to enter Parliament in the future would like to go through this Parliament first. They will write in their profile how many times they attended this Parliament, how many times they got the opportunity to speak, or how many subjects they speak, the number of awards they won, and last but not the least, their good performances as well. Since you have been taking part in this competition, it means that you read and think out of syllabus also. Those who are tied down to syllabus do not come here. I am confident that you don't accept what is offered to you. Rather, you dig out to find out what is right, because often what is offered is wrong sometimes. The debates held in the Parliament House should be cordial and graceful and not be personal attacks. One should learn to respect their political opponents' views. I am sure today's session will not only give all of us a peek into the functioning of our Parliament, but also alert us to the ongoing deliberations and debates in the Parliament which have a direct impact on our lives. I conclude my speech by setting the table for a healthy and focused debate by quoting the words of our Honorable Prime Minister in the Parliament. The spirit of this debate is not you or I, it is we. Any deliberation or discussion should ultimately be for us and never for I or you. Thank you all and very all the best.
I now hand over to V. Martini, MSc Biotechnology second year and President AV Student Council to introduce the NYS candidates.
Good morning, one and all. Before we start, there is a small announcement. Please put your phones on silent mode or flight mode. I repeat, please put your phones on silent mode or airplane mode. I am Madhuri Venno, MSc Biotechnology second year, President of AV Student Council. On behalf of AV Student Council, would like to extend a warm welcome to our very own Sri Konda Vishweshwar Reddy Garu, affectionately known as Vish Anna, his constituency people. I also welcome our valued guest, Dr. C.S. Rajalingam Sir, Principal AV College, Mrs. M. Vidyulata Ma'am, I2AC Coordinator, Dr. A. Manjula Devi Ma'am, Academic Coordinator Sciences, Mr. Bujji Sir, Academic Coordinator Politics, Mr. K. Srinivas Sir, HOD Political Sciences, and all dear faculty members and my dear mates. It gives me immense pleasure to share the activities undertaken by AV Student Council. As you all are aware that Student Council is formed at the beginning of the academic year. Two students from each class, the class representative and the student elected member, represent their class in the Student Council. The Student Council programs are Voice and Views, which is a platform where students from different disciplines discuss and debate on all the issues. The diverse perspectives shared here enrich the quality of the debate. The recent topics were COP26, Your Likes and Dislikes, New Education Policy, Your Likes and Dislikes, Digitalization in different sectors, Education sector and challenges due to COVID-19. Our second initiative is the participation in the National Parliament Scheme. With the recent approval from the Ministry of the Parliament Affairs, we are organizing this National Parliament event. It gives me immense pleasure to read out the names of the students participating in the National Youth Parliament 2022 Tharan Sabha. Speaker, W. Mihir Bharadwaj, BA second year. Deputy Speaker, Krishnateja, MSc Biotechnology second year. Prime Minister, Akshat Mohan, BA third year. Ministers in the Parliament. Minister of Home Affairs, Satvika Kona, MSc Biotechnology second year. Ministry of Finance, Mohammad Alikom, CA second year. Ministry of Environment, Sanjana Bhai Kushwaha, BA second year. Ministry of Education, M. Shrija, BSc BZC first year. Ministry of Jal Shakti, K. Srividya, BA Psychology second year. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, A. Harshita, BA first year. Ministry of Law and Justice, V. Meghana, BCom CA second year. Ministry of Railways, Yashwant BSc MScs third year. Members of the Parliament in the Treasury bench. Lakshman BSc MScs third year. Ravi Teja BA EPP third year. Shabana Begum BCom CA third year. Nishant BCom CA second year. Mohammad Yasuruddin BA first year. A. Bharat Yadav BSc MScs second year. P. Deepa BSc BZC first year. G. Bhavana BSc MBCS second year. S. Akshita BA EPP second year. K. Rajiv BA EPP first year. M. Sai Manikanta BA EPP second year. B. Vamshi BSc BZC second year. Samri BBA second year. Mohammad Junaid BA second year. Members of the Parliament in opposition bench, leaders of opposition, Syed Muthalib Pasha BA EPP second year. P. Manjari BCom CA third year. T. Yashwant Nayak BA EPP second year. Arshad Khan BCom General second year. C. Avish Gaud BA EPP second year. C. H. Priyanka BSc MScs second year. M. Sai Kumar BA EPP second year. B. Akshaya BBA second year. A. Uday Kumar Reddy BCom CA second year. P. Tarun Kumar BCom CA second year. M. Sai Ramesh BCom CA second year. Arshad Khan BCom CA second year. K. Sarita BSc BCCN first year. Naidu Mahesh BA second year. Mohammad Sulaiman BCom CA second year. Pavitra MSc Biotechnology second year. K. Aditya BCom CA second year. Other members: Marshal S. Sai Teja BA EPP second year. Secretary General Bhairati Lahari BA EPP Psychology second year. Able officers: K. Momita Nagashri BSc MScs first year. P. Harshita BSc CN first year. Press and Media: G. Siddharth BSc MECS first year. R. Rupa BCom CA first year. Foreign delegates: C.H. Rishikesh BBA first year. Mohammad Shahrukh BCom CA first year. Thank you. I now request our chief guest Sri Konda Vishweshwar Reddy Garu to make his opening remarks and declare the Parliament open.
The principal, Dean College, Dr. Ramin Garu, the coordinator of this youth parliament, Vidya Garu, the faculty advisor, Menita Sharma Garu, Renu Mathur Garu, Soumya Sri Garu, Professor Pawan Kumar Reddy Garu, and the council president, Madhuri Venugaru, and the members of today's youth parliament, and all the students who are here, and the faculty and the staff of Devi College. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
This parliament was supposed to be here yesterday, and for certain reasons it got postponed till today. And our principal pointed out today is the Constitution Day. I also remembered one more thing. The Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha in Indian Parliament starts exactly at 11 a.m. Exactly. We Indians are not used to keeping time. They're too Hyderabadis. But in the Parliament, it starts at 11 a.m. plus or minus 15 seconds. I'm not joking. It starts sharply at that time. That's how much importance we give. And I'm so glad I'm here today at 11 p.m. and today it started. Thank you. We all know our history. the Ashoka, the Mughals, the British, the East India Company, the British rule, and then our independence. And when we became independent, he may be a great man, but Winston Churchill said, India will break up within 1 year into 100 pieces. And it will be a miracle if it survives, if it doesn't break up. The fact is, we are not a miracle, we are a democracy. And that's why we stood together. And if you look at it today, it is England, that is United Kingdom. United Kingdom is actually 4 parts: England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. It is England that is breaking up in 4 parts today, not India. But I do not want to undermine the British Parliament. There is a king there, but still there is a democracy. Not only there is democracy, today, in the British Parliament, unlike any other, there are 42 bishops as MPs in the Parliament. But would you call England not secular? No, it's definitely one of the most secular. We have a Muslim as a mayor of London. We are Hindu today as a prime minister. So let us not confuse our traditional value systems, which we want to remember and uphold, with what exactly happens in the British Parliament and in the Indian Parliament. It is the Prime Minister Rishi who will swear in the Protestant bishops in the Parliament. So that is definitely a great democratic system there, and it is very secular there. In a democracy, we all know who wins in a democracy. The majority wins. If you guys are the majority, you can push through the bills. And what is the converse of a majority always wins in democracy? What is the opposite or the converse? Not the opposite, the converse. The minority always loses. Is that right? We need to understand this very well. How do we ensure that the democracy persists, where the majority has its way without making sure the minority doesn't lose? And for this, we really have to understand Ambedkar. And to understand Ambedkar, you have to understand political philosophy. He is definitely one of the greatest political philosophers the world ever produced. I have my observations about Ambedkar as of today. His views. One, he stayed in United States, Columbia University. Different countries have different value systems. Nothing is good or bad. But he's the only politician who have done in those days, not Gandhi, not Nehru. He did PhD both from England, where this tradition of lords and kings and queens, and United States, which we think is absolutely democratic. So it is a complex process. Democracy is a complex process. And if you don't mind, I will do a small experiment and I'll ask you some questions. I'll tell you a little story here, and then we'll readdress the issues. How in a democracy, majority always wins, yet the minority should not lose. So, a small fictitious story. Actually this was part of it was part of Michael Sanders in Harvard Law School. It was part of his lecture, so I'm borrowing from him. So, in Calcutta and England and Europe, we have trains and trams. We used to have trams in Bombay, and now there are no trams. Tram is railway tracks on the road, and one trolley car goes on there. So it used to be, when I was young in Calcutta, it used to be in the middle of Calcutta. There used to be train tracks, but it's not train. One trolley, like a bus with train wheels going in the, so it's called a trolley track. Now there's a trolley car which is coming down a slope. You're on the pedestrian bridge, you're standing on top of it. And anyone heard the story?
No.
So you're on the bridge looking at the trolley car coming and it's going. Then you realize it's speeding up. Then you realize its brakes are gone. And then you look the other way. We have 5 workers down the track working on the tracks. Now the tension starts building. And those guys are busy working, they are not seeing the trolley car coming. And definitely they are all going to die. Correct? Then you notice there's a side track. There's a side track. And next to the pedestrian bridge, there's a switch. If you pull it, the tracks change and it goes into the side track. And at the end of the side track, one very happy man, happy with his children, happy with his family, putting earphones to this thing. He is also working. One man is working. On this track, there are 5 people working. On that, there's 1 person working. What would you do? What will you do? If you allow it to go straight, 5 people will die. And if you go down and pull the track switch, it will go on the next track and 1 person will die. What is the right thing to do and what will you do? Can I have some answers from the treasury benches?
Definitely we will switch the track.
Anyone from the treasury benches?
We will arrange a red flag. We will arrange a red flag to stop the train.
There are no brakes.
Okay.
Brakes don't listen to red flags.
If it is, in my opinion, I will stop the more majority people. The 5 members are working over it.
What will you do?
I will switch.
Huh? Will you pull the switch or not?
I will, sir.
Why?
Because saving 1 man is better than saving 5 men is better than saving 1 man.
Very good answer. Saving 5% is better than
1 person.
or killing 1 person. I'll put it there. Killing 1 person is better than killing 5%. Letting 5% die. Right? Good answer. Anyone else? Everyone agrees with that? Yeah, please.
So, I think that maybe we should go along the track that has 5 people, so that maybe they can try and somehow stop the track.
They cannot stop it. Say this. What the story I told you is hypothetical. You have only 2 chances. Let 5% die, or you do something to save the 5% and the 1% dies. You have only 2 choices. Red flags don't work. The somehow try, somehow how? You cannot. You have only 2 choices: 5 people or 1 person.
I saved the 5 people in. Then the train will move the 1 person.
1 person. Good answer. Anyone?
I would like to inform the 1 person to move away so that he can save.
You cannot do that. He is very and he is happy with his family and children. We have only 2 choices. Don't come up with third invention. This is not an innovation class. Okay? You have only 2 choices. First, 5 persons or 1 person. I can't hear.
So I will also move with majority.
You want to hear the majority?
I would like to save the 5 people rather than 3 people. Thank you. So if whoever I could reach the earliest, I would try to save them.
You can't.
If the 5 persons are away, then if I try.
No, you have only 5 people or 1 person. 5 or 1.
Yeah, here the situation.
They are not happy. You can't teach any one of them. You can't shout, you can't push them away, you can't stop the train, you can't give a red flag. You have only 2.
So, life is a life, so whether it may be 5 people or 1 person, we are losing lives. So, better to lose less lives than more.
Anyone who has a contrarian view to this, all are good answers, good, rational also.
Sir, that 1 people has a headphone on his head, but rather than that 5 don't have. Instead, we can ask them to
They
move.
are also having headphones, or they don't have headphones. They don't have headphones, but they're chatting among themselves and happy with life, happy with everything. They are working hard on labor, they are with labor, taking back to their families are happy. The 5% also are happy people, this 1% also happy people. They're not wearing headphones because they're talking to each other, making jokes, singing songs, all that. This person is alone, so he's wearing headphones.
Sir, as you mentioned that.
No, let's finish. You'll pull or will not pull. If you pull, it goes and kills the one person. If you don't pull, you'll go. Anyone has a, yeah, you
I
Sir, as you mentioned that.
You'll pull and kill the one person.
Yeah.
Sir, as you mentioned, one person is having headphones.
Doesn't matter.
Is he listening to the songs or else?
So, anyone has a contrarian view.
I believe
And anyone who believes that you should not pull.
I believe in karma.
It's not about your belief. What will you do? You will not pull. Why? Okay, you have a reason. Anyone else who has a contrarian view?
Sir, may the driver blow horn.
Okay. So let's go to the this thing, please. So, for all of you who told we'll kill that one person, what right do you have to kill that one person? Do you have any right to kill that one person? Your action. Right? I'll give you yet another example. Now let's say this, how many you answered, what will you answer? Same, the trolley car is coming down. The trolley car is coming down. There are 5 people working hard, they have their family. They do an honest day's work. At the end of the day, they go home happy. They take their salary or the wages and spend it with their family. People are working on the track. You see the same trolley car come down. And no brakes. It will definitely kill the 5 people. And then there's no side track also. There's only one track. And you're watching on top of the pedestrian bridge, looking that side and looking at these 5 people. Then you notice there's one very fat man standing next to you. I mean, directly above the tracks. Right? Now, if you push the fat man onto the tracks, you follow the tracks, the trolley car will come, it will kill the fat man, the trolley car will stop, and it will save the 5 people. Now, will you push this fat man? The same people who answered yes, killing 1 is better than killing 5. You answered that, right? That was the rationale. Now, will you kill this fat man? Will you push him? The same people, if you don't mind, who answered, it's better to kill 1 person than to 5 person. Can you all stand it? All those who answered.
So,
Right? Okay, now will you push that fat man and kill that man to save the 5 people?
I wouldn't say because
What's the difference? What's the difference with the first example and second example?
Sir, practically people will move now, sir. When the speed is coming.
I think you are not understood the question. You are not understood the question.
Physical touch.
Any?
Physical touch.
You are not a member of parliament. Yeah. So the same, you told killing 1 person is better than 5 people. Now you all change your decision. Why? Why?
because we have to put in extra effort to kill somebody that was already going to happen. The government
Or this is pushing the finance more.
Yeah, so the government has that on.
Okay, let us say something. Okay. So let us assume you don't have a cushion. There is a small flat door on the end. And if you press the lever, the door opens and he falls on the flat. So here, you are just pulling the lever There you are just, here also you are pulling the lever. If you pull the lever, the trap door opens, you fall. It's the same effort. Right? Okay. The most important thing in the parliament, in your life, is to have an open mind. I said all your answers were right and they were good answers. I believe. But I do not believe, say his and his answer is wrong answer. Their answers also are good answers. Please come. So, they are political philosophers, not spiritual philosophers. Adam Smith, Immanuel Kant, John Stuart Mill, Jeremy Bentham. So, the two fundamental things in the parliament that comes across. I started with this saying that what is the right thing? And you really felt what you said was right. Correct? You didn't just speak. So, the first, all of you follow the principle of consequentialist moral reasoning. That's a political philosophy. Jeremy Bentham, a 17th or 15th century English philosopher, followed this philosophy. That is consequentialist moral reasoning. As a consequence of what I'm doing, will the society benefit? Will it benefit greater if I pull, or if I don't pull, will it benefit? Clearly, all those who believe in consequentialist moral reasoning, and the political philosophy behind that is utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is maximum good for the maximum number of people. Right? So maximum good for maximum number is saving those 5 and sacrificing that 1. Right? Then there's a very moralistic approach. It's called the categorical moral reasoning. It is categorically wrong for me to kill that 1 person. It may save 1 million people, but I cannot. I do not have the right. The 1 person also has the right. Right? These are two very opposing philosophies. And in the parliament, we are all confused with imbroglios like this on whether reservations is good or bad, on whether abortion is good or bad, gender determination is it good or bad, and so many things. Is a communal code good or bad? So these are imbroglios we face in the parliament, and that's something we can approach only if we have an open mind. And the most powerful thing I ever heard is, I do not know. If you say, I do not know, then you can start. If you say, I know, your reasoning, your logic, your application of mind stops there. I may have been brought up saying that communism is best for India because of equality. I may be brought up that something else. Do not have any of those. Every time, no matter how you are brought up, who brought you up, where you are born, what your circumstances, every point of time, keep your mind open. And that is the essence of a successful democracy. And that is the essence of, in India, total majoritarianism does not work. That is why in India, minorities are safeguarded. That is why in India, in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, there were 175 MLAs from Andhra and only 119 MLAs from Telangana. Majority always wins, right? But although they were minority, Telangana MLAs, we did achieve a separate Telangana. And that is the power of the Indian democracy. So, if you are serious about it, I I want you to do that. Or if you want a Harvard certificate, you pay $100, $119 to be exact. $119, and you actually get a Harvard certificate on this course on political philosophy. I do not think, there are many great parliamentarians who did not do this, but they know this instinctively because they've been parliamentarians for 7-8 times. And definitely among all the assemblies of the states, the Parliament of India does maintain a stature. Stature in multiple ways. Not only the timing is 11 a.m. plus or minus 15 seconds. We have a central hall, we discuss these issues. You may be from one party, you may be from opposing party, but on these things, you come and do discuss and you make the laws. So the role of the Parliament, if I were to categorize, are primarily two. Issues like this, these are, I can safely say you are all confused. And if you admit you are confused, that's the greatest thing. Then you start thinking. So, these imbroglios exist in Parliament and we discuss. If I ask the question, in many countries, abortion is illegal. And in many countries, in vaccination, in the Swiss Parliament, it's democracy. And not only it's democracy, Switzerland is among the greatest democracy because everything is put to vote by the people, not in the house. They are referendums. In fact, I just give an example of a referendum during the COVID time. There was they had to take a decision. We have limited, we start giving vaccinations. Who should we start with first? The old and the sick people, or the young and or middle class working people, or the young people? Who should we vaccinate first? Working class. Some people say working class. The middle age, don't say middle class, middle age. So let the old people die. In fact, they are more susceptible. So argument is, so there's no right or wrong answers. We are building an irrigation project. Should I bring the canal there or should I bring the canal here? That area is absolutely right. But this area, if I send water, they are already rich, but they become so rich and pay taxes, I can use the tax money to subsidize them. So these are the things that are debated in Parliament. And so basically these, which actually challenge our views, our values, and our opinions of the past. That was one. And the other thing is development, budget. How much budget to education, how much budget to irrigation, how much budget to healthcare. And these are the, so broadly the Parliament, these are the two subjects that are decided. And the good thing about a democracy is, bad things cannot happen suddenly. And the bad thing about democracy is, good things also doesn't happen fast. Because imagine we were to discuss this discussion of pushing the fat man or pulling the lever. We can discuss it tomorrow, day after tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Right? We have to build a consensus. So that's the good thing and the bad thing about it. And no decision of the Parliament is perfect. Some people are bound to be happy. But we as Indians learn to accept this. If the canal went here and it didn't reach me, I learned to accept it. If I did not get reservations, I learned to accept it in the larger interest. And that's the crux of being a good citizen. And the crux of being a good parliamentarian, or a good person in life, or an intelligent person in life, is say, no, communism is good, everyone should be equal, everyone should this thing, or no, capitalism is good. Every decision, you have to keep an open mind. So, I don't want to take up much time. You also need to ask yourself, most likely, most of you are belonging to some party or the other, if you are members of parliament in this parliament, right? Maybe one or two are independent. Now, what is the political philosophy of your party? Most political parties across the world, not just in India, if I am a leader of a political party, I will gravitate towards utilitarianism because maximum good for maximum votes. Are those 5 votes important or this 1 vote important? Right? Now what has happened to the value system? What right do you have to take that one life? What right do you have to push that fat man over the bridge? Right? So that is the essence of a parliament, that's the essence of a democracy. So most of them, only certain political parties stand up. Communism is out and out. Utilitarianism. Everyone should, and the communist philosophy. I'm not saying it's bad, just like I did say you're bad, your opinion is bad, but everybody is right in the parliament. Everybody is right in the democracy. So, for example, the communist philosophy is all men are equal. Right? All people are equal. We have to be born equal, we have to live equal, we have to get equal opportunity, and we have to die equal. And therefore, nobody owns a property. So if your father will own a property, your father will own a property, we all born equal. And I cannot inherit his wealth also. Once he dies, his wealth and his property go to him. That's the core philosophy of communism. Therefore, we are all equal, correct? Will anyone say it's bad? I would say it's bad, although I'm not a communist. So these are points of view. Then, if all Indians are equal, should there not be a common civil code? If all Indians are indeed equal, I mean these are, and once again, there are no right and wrongs in this. And definitely, I myself being in this being, how many of you know a party philosophy? I explained what a communist philosophy is, and it's good. I mean, it has a strong reasoning that all men are equal, all people are equal. Does anyone know the philosophy of any other political party in our country? Are you remembering it? Okay. Yeah.
These days, we hear mostly about BJP's political philosophy, sir. The national president has these days told that Antyodaya is BJP's political philosophy, that is upliftment of the large person of the society.
No, that's not the core philosophy of BJP party. If you want that first, I'm there. It is nationalism. Telugula Jatiya Vadavattam. Hindila Hindutva. Nationalism is the core philosophy of BJP party. And it's unfortunately confused with the word Hindu. Hindutva stands for Indianness, not Hindu religion. By the way, the very word Hindu
comes from Indus.
No. The Britishers gave us this name to our religion. All the other religions, they took the name of themselves, Christianity, Islam, because Hindu is the only religion. We didn't give ourselves that name. Britishers came and said, all of you fellows are Hindus. And then it became what Hindus and then Islam and Christianity and all that. But it is nationalism. So yeah, so it is nationalism. But what's the core ideology of, let's say, Congress or TRS? Anyone? Yeah. Anyone? What's the core ideology?
Sir, BJP also the humanism, that's what they called their philosophy at the time when it was the Sun.
It was, see, what was it?
Mihira Bharadwaj.
Yeah, Mihira Bharadwaj said that. It's not a core philosophy, it's a consequence of the core philosophy. Because of nationalism, the last person first, in the last person. And that every party says that. Which party does not say that? BJP says that, Congress says that, everyone says that. So, So yes, lot of political parties have no philosophy. Lot of political parties. I only know communists have a philosophy, and I know nationalism is a philosophy. So don't jump to conclusions. Keep your mind open, and what and I recall Ma'am Vidyulata saying that critical thinking is important. Critical thinking is very important, and for critical thinking, keeping your mind open is very, very important. Indian democracy is definitely great. It's very easy to be skeptical. I mean, all politicians are corrupt. Our democracy is horrible. It's one of the worst democracies. I'll tell you so many things in American democracy that are horrible. And even their constitution. And there's so many things in their constitution. They didn't give voting rights to blacks. They didn't give voting rights to women when we were independent. As late as when was that? Still recently. So, and even today there are so many things in this thing. The constitution is very flawed. Whereas I could not find a single flaw in our constitution. And that is what is evident. And I'll just close by giving a small example. Two small examples. Normally the parliament starts at 11 a.m. plus or minus 15 seconds. The budget, the Indian national budget, be it Congress or JDU or NDA or BJP, whoever it is, regardless of who the Prime Minister was, regardless of who the ruling party or the coalition was, the Indian budget is sacrosanct. When we give a budget, when I was there, I think it was 14 lakh crores, now it's almost 30, more than double. I don't know how much the rate is. So it will be about 30 lakh crores. And then during this budget is about what's our expected incomes and borrowings and what's our spending on education and healthcare. So if it is 14 lakh crores, just like Parliament is 11 a.m. plus or minus 15 seconds. The budget also, if it is 14 lakh crores, it will be 14 lakh crores plus or minus 50,000 crores this way. It is sacrosanct. In our states, if we have a 2 lakh budget, what in reality happens? We'll do this for SCs, only 1/5 is spent. We'll do this for minorities, only 1/10 is spent. We'll do this for this. So if our budget is 2 lakh crores, our real spending is only about, not just our state, every state. And we are failing at the state level. I'm not talking about Telangana, in all the states. And our strength is in center. Parliament starts at 11 o'clock. And our budget, if they say it is 30 lakh crores, it will be 30 lakh crores. And then they revise it in between the year. And maximum revision is here. In the states, when they say 2 lakh crores or 1 lakh crore, or the deviation is 30, 40, even 50%. In some areas, in some sectors, is as high as 70%. They say we'll spend 9 lakh crores on whatever, we'll spend 9,000 crores on this, they end up spending 2,000 crores. The other thing about Parliament is, even today, we have standing committees. In the olden days, Parliament used to run for almost like the college. MPs used to have 2 months vacation and they're in Delhi all the time. Now Parliament runs for approximately 4 months. But the other months, we are in standing committees. And their standing committee on defense, on agriculture, or on industry. I was a member of the industry standing committee. I was in the consultative committee. Even today, some of the important standing committees, now IT is very important. Shashidhar recently got removed. The chairman is from the opposition. The chairman is from the opposition. In my industry committee, now IT is very important, cryptocurrency and these Paytm, Aadhaars and so much. Who's the head of this? deforestation. That was recently Congress requested it to change to this thing. So it is not all majoritarianism all the way, no matter who's there, and also in the foreign policy. Whether it was, I may not be a great fan, but whether it was Congress or whether it's Indira Gandhi or Jawaharlal Nehru or today it's Narendra Modi, we stood tall. We told we are Indians. I don't have to side you or side your enemy or Russia. We spearheaded the non-aligned movement. Today, when Ukraine-Russia war is going on, there's a huge pressure. There's huge pressure on us not to buy cheap oil and petroleum from Russia. No, it's none of your business. We'll work in the interest of our country. And regardless of all what you said, the cheapest petroleum among the developed world is in India. You go to Italy, France, everywhere, Japan, Malaysia, everywhere, among the developed, cheapest petrol and diesel and LPG today in the world. Yes, there are some countries that artificially do it, or in oil producing countries, because for them it's free. So anyway, my closing statement is, I do not know is very powerful, and keep an open mind. Thank you very much. I now declare the Parliament open. Speaker, sir.
माननीय सभासदों, माननीय अध्यक्ष जी। Members may be seated. Honorable members, I am very much delighted to welcome you all to the National Youth Parliament. Hope this session will be a fruitful as we sit here to deliberate issues concerning our nation. Today's first business is oath taking. Secretary General, please.
Mr. B. Vamshi, who stands elected from Chevella Parliamentary Constituency, will now make oath or affirmation. Mr. B. Vamshi, please. Sir, will you take oath or affirmation? In which language you would like to take oath?
I, Sri Vamshi, having been elected a member of Youth Parliament, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will truly and faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter. Jai Hind.
Next business is object reference. Honorable members, I have to inform to the House the tragic demise of Dr. Gattamneni Shivaram Krishnamurthy, mononymously known as Superstar Krishna, born on 31st May 1943 in Guripalam village. He was an Indian actor, director, producer, known for his works predominantly in Telugu cinema. In a film career spanning 5 decades, he starred in more than 350 films in a variety of roles. He referred to as superstar in Telugu media. In 2009, the Government of India honored him with Padma Bhushan for his contributions to Indian cinema. He was elected a member of Parliament of Congress Party in 1989. In 1997, he received the Filmfare Lifetime Achievement Award South. In addition, he also received an honorary doctorate from Andhra University in 2008. He died on 15 November 2022 due to cardiac arrest. This meeting extends condolences with great hand. Honorable Prime Minister.
Speaker sir, I rise to pay my next tribute to Sri Kankamaneni Shivaramakrishnaji, whose demise is deeply mourned by the entire nation. His death also a big personal loss for me. Everywhere he went, innovation followed superstar Krishnaji. He will be remembered forever and his legacy will live on forever. On behalf of his house and the entire nation, I extend my deepest condolences to the bereaved family. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable LOP.
Honorable Speaker, I associate myself with the tribute paid by you and the leader of the House. I had privilege to work with superstar Krishnaji. He was a person, because of his lovable nature, he never annoyed anyone. He was an open-hearted person and always smiling. So, he was known for his innovations in cinema. He was the one to introduce 70 cinema. So, we have lost a great social worker, artist. I would like to associate myself and my party in sending condolences to the bereaved family.
Thank you. Honorable members, the House will now stand in silence for a while to express our deep sorrow. Om Shanti. Next business is introduction of new ministers by Prime Minister. Honorable Prime Minister.
Speaker sir, with your permission, it is my great privilege to introduce to this esteemed gathering the new members of the Union Council of Ministers. Ms. Sri Vidya, Union Minister of Justice. And Mr. Yashwant, Union Minister of Railways.
Thank you. Next business is question hour. Mr. A. Vijay Kumar Reddy.
Honorable Speaker, sir, with the Ministry of Home Affairs,
Members that the Union Ministry of Home Affairs believe that it has enhanced the country's internal security. The government has taken steps to spread awareness about the cyber crimes, issue of alerts, improve the cybercrime forensic facilities, etc. to speed up the investigation. The government has launched the online cybercrime reporting portal to enable the compliance. I reassure the honorable member about the safety of the people. The situation currently is stable. Thank you, sir.
Next question, Mr. K. Aditya.
Speaker sir, with the Honorable Finance Minister to please state what are the results of efforts by the ministry to manage the ever-growing inflation in the country?
Honorable Minister of Finance.
Speaker, sir. Speaker, sir, through you, I would like to inform the House that firstly, the Finance Ministry believes that India has managed inflation better than most countries. This is visible through fact that India's retail inflation in the country comes down to 6.77%, which is the lowest in 3 months. Speaker, sir, currently there is a very high speculation on recession, but we as responsible government are confident that our country will tackle it. Thank you, sir.
Next question, Mr. Muhammad Yasaruddin.
Speaker sir, with the Minister of Education will please to state the progress made in the implementation of the new education policy. If so, the action taken by the government.
Honorable Minister for Education.
Speaker, sir, through you, I would like to inform the member that the fundamental principle of national education policy is to accord highest priority to achieve foundational literacy and numeracy for all students. In 2022 to 23, the budget allocated for school education is rupees 63,449 crores and has increased by 22% over its previous year's revised allocation. For the expert committee have been formed for the smooth implementation of NEP. Speaker sir, few state governments have also started its implementation. State governments, if they cooperate with the union government, the NEP will be a huge hit. Speaker sir, through you, I assure the House that all the required steps are taken and will be taken in its implementation. Thank you, sir.
Any supplementary?
Noted, sir. We'll examine the matter.
Thank you. Honorable Member Mr. M. Sai Kumar.
Honorable Speaker, sir, through you, I want to ask Ministry of Railways that is this the negligence will continue forever and
Honorable Member, please ask question.
Yes, sir, I am coming to the point. Honorable Speaker, sir, through you, I want to ask Ministry of Railways what are the measures taken to reduce carbon emission in railways?
Honorable Minister for Railways.
Honorable Adhyaksh Mahoday, through you, I would like to inform the members, the Indian Railways and the government has planned to gradually reduce carbon footprint and become net zero carbon emitter by 2030. Speaker sir, Indian Railways will attempt to reduce carbon footprint primarily through sourcing its energy requirements from renewable energy sources. Sir, by 2029 to 2030, the expected requirement of installation of renewable capacity be about 30 gigawatts. Other strategies towards net zero emitter include electrification of routes and dedicated freight corridors. Speaker sir, we achieved electrification of tracks more than developed nations and we will achieve soon 100%, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Jai Hind.
Honorable Member Mr. Arshad Khan.
Speaker sir, will the Minister of Health and Family Welfare be pleased to state the impact of COVID-19 on Indian healthcare sector?
Honorable Minister for Health and Family Welfare.
Speaker sir, through you, I would like to inform the members that the COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the things by crippling the healthcare sector severely and kept it in the urgent need of financial backing. The Union government has also announced 137% of healthcare expenditure increase. Despite initial hiccups, the healthcare system in India managed to withstand the pandemic. India not only managed to withstand the pandemic but also helped other countries. Telemedicine services have been focused nowadays in India. The government has also focused to improve telemedicine sector and make it a legal one. And
Honorable Member Mr. Muhammad Sulaiman Ali.
Speaker sir, will the Minister of Jal Shakti be pleased to say whether the government is aware of water scarcity in face of underground water depletion? If so, what are the action taken by the Minister of Jal Shakti to replenish underground water resources? Thank you.
Honorable Minister for Jal Shakti.
Speaker sir, through you, I would like to inform the members of the Union Ministry of Jal Shakti is indeed aware of the water scarcity in groundwater depletion. Accordingly, a string of measures have been introduced by our ministers and our allied ministers. Sir, Ministry of Jal Shakti have taken up a national-wide campaign, Jal Shakti Abhiyan, catch the rain where it falls, when it falls, for creating appropriate harvesting structures in rural and urban areas. Through the schemes of Atal Bhujan Yojana and Bharti project, and we are monitoring these issues. We have also started Har Ghar Jal Abhiyan and Amrit Sarovar Abhiyan. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Member Mr. A. Bharat Yadav.
Honorable Adhyaksh Mahoday, will the Minister of Law and Justice be pleased to state how many cases are pending in Indian court? Measures taken by the government in improving judicial infrastructure and also the budget allocated to National Judicial Infrastructure Corporation.
Honorable Minister for Law and Justice.
Speaker sir, through you, I would like to inform the members that there are 2.7 crore cases pending as on May 2022 in different levels of judiciary. Sir, this is due to increasing litigations and inadequate infrastructure in the courts. Sir, to address this issue, the government has given top priority in sanctioning funds to the judiciary. Sir,
government have already allocated 9,000 crores to National Judicial Infrastructure Corporation for improving infrastructure in the courts. Sir, we are also giving speedy approvals for the recruitment of judges. The Government of India believes that all India judicial services will help promote federal governance. Thank you, sir.
Speaker sir, small announcement. Our chief guest has to be pressing engagements. But I requested sir to take a photograph with you all. Sir, can we have you? Just stand up, sir. Call Renu Mathaman, Someshri ma'am.
Bro, Diva. Bro. Diva, I can.
One with the students.
On behalf of all the AP Student Council and all members of the AP College, we thank you so much for your presence here and raising the event. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Darjeeling, Principal AP College, to felicitate Sri Konda Vishweshwar Reddy Garu.
I also political science lecturer, Mr. K. Srinivas sir, to felicitate on behalf of the Department of Social Sciences.